Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. Got a good one for you today. Looking at the flamingos, but we got to talk real estate right now. And before I do, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But we got some disturbing news. And first things first, I love this because when you look below, there are two different stories that basically have the same news, and one says it's good news and one says it's bad news. Whether you believe this or not, you got to see this, because building permits and construction was off 0.8%, and it's considering, it's continuing the downward spiral is what one source says. Okay, well, that seems concerning. And then you go to Reuters, and Reuters says, no, this is the rebound. The rebound has started. It literally has the exact same figures, but talking about how this is all good news right now. This is insanity when it comes to real estate and talking about this. To talk about how building permits are off 8.8% right now, this is a major concern right now for all of us. And whether you get that or not, okay, there's that. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs have all said that when it comes to commercial real estate, we're going to see a downward trend right now. That is awful right now. Think about this. There is $600 billion right now of real estate for commercial real estate that has to be refinanced this year. Now, here's the problem with this. When you talk to any real estate professional that knows anything, hey, what's the rents like? What's the neighborhood like? What's the building like? Is it full? Is it not? No, it's not at all. And when you have that, you've got a problem, and they're not going to be able to rent these places out, and they're not going to be able to refinance these places. Brookfield just defaulted in the Washington, D.C. area on 12 buildings for $151 million loan, which is crazy, guys, okay? So this is not good. The real estate market is off right now. Walking through the area in Vegas with all the wild birds and stuff and the flamingos, I have a treat for you guys. And somebody that I've admired quite a bit that I followed on TikTok is a real estate wholesaler, and we've been trying to meet for months, and because of personal situation, we couldn't get together. But now we finally get to connect while we're out here. So I'm going to take a field trip today, okay? A field trip within a field trip, okay? So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think real estate's great? The article talks about the problems. The first one about the problems with real estate right now when you have mortgages at 6.75% and the market's still being too high. And things are sitting on the market longer than ever. Okay, there's that. And then the second article, which has the same information, says, isn't it great that interest rates are at 6.37% because now you can buy more home? Huh? What idiot at Reuters got paid off to write that? So I could continue for an hour. Let's take a look at this and share your thoughts on all this stuff too. But I really want to introduce you to this guy and show you his house. Hey guys, I have a real treat for you. I'm in a residential area of Las Vegas, and the person that I follow on TikTok is a man named Drayton Nay, who is a real estate wholesaler. Now, the difference with this guy and other people is that he has been in real estate since the 70s. And his first job was digging the hole, when he was 15 years old and putting the for sale sign in front of a house. But he has been in this industry forever. He is a wholesaler, and he has a house he's flipping here in Vegas. But we're going to talk to him, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit about Drayton and what he's all about, because he likes to tell it like it is.
Whoa, look at this. U.S. bank lending slumps by the most on record in the final few weeks of March. Loans by commercial banks have declined by nearly $105 billion. Watch this space.
The numbers don't lie, and Florida real estate is going to see the biggest change in prices since 2008 over the next 12 months.
Dallas apartment investor loses Houston properties to foreclosure. seems Appleway Investment defaulted on over $200 million in loans. It seems that you just can't buy apartment complexes and go, man, let's just push up the rent so our value is more and we make more money. You know, pretty soon renters go, it's too expensive. That's why even right now across the country, there are a lot of apartment complexes with a lot of empty apartments. I just looked over some of the early numbers for real estate in April, and this is the conclusion I've come to. Unless things pick up big time over the next couple of months, it's going to be a long winter.
Okay, everybody, I'd like you to meet Drayton Nay, who is, again, my go-to guy for real estate. We started, a conversation because he has been brutally honest, to say the least, okay?
Yes.
And the first things first, do you think the real estate market is going to continue to go up?
No.
Here in Las Vegas, you've seen a real drop-off in real estate prices right now.
Especially over $1 million, yes. The drop-off has been considerable, yes.
Okay. And areas that have been red hot, like Florida, for example, I saw you talk last week about how you thought
I think Florida's a real problem. And
Okay.
I think it's a real problem because the prices have gone up so high so quickly, and I've seen the whole. I was living there in 2003, 4, 5, 6. I saw the madness. I saw what took place back then. And even though it's a different situation, like I tell people all the time, a boat can sink for different reasons.
Okay.
Who the heck thought an iceberg would sink a boat, right?
Right.
So does it really matter how it sinks though, Dan?
Yeah, great point.
If it goes down, it goes down, And that's why I feel about real estate down in Florida. It doesn't matter if it's going to be the same reason that it drops. The whole thing is this. For example, did you know Fort Lauderdale right now? Fort Lauderdale, year over year, is down 15%.
I love this. Okay. No, I did not know that.
Well, it's down 15% year over year. Now, let me ask you a question. When have you ever seen real estate in Florida go down 15% in 1 year?
Never.
How often does that happen?
It doesn't happen.
Exactly. So are we supposed to ignore that? Are we supposed to just, oh, by the way, Fort Lauderdale's down 15%.
Well, wait a second. Interest rates are going to go down now. We hit 7%, and now they're at 6 and 3 3/8. So it's going to be
Okay,
great.
let's play the interest rate fairy. Let's do that. Okay, are we going to pretend like interest rates are going to go to 2.5%, 3% again? Because it's probably not going to happen in our lifetime.
Right.
Because we're just now beginning to experience all the things that come with having done that.
Okay.
We're about to live through it for the next 3-5 years.
We have never lived in a time where we had all this free money for so long and interest rates so low. And also we had a lot of people, I was just telling you about my foreclosure friends, where we had the first time ever where when somebody didn't make a payment for an extended period of time, they could still live in the property.
When does that ever happen?
Never
Exactly.
happened. Because my friend Doug, explained over dinner the other night, the exact, 2 months, you're late in your payment, they start the default notice, and then you're in pre-foreclosure before the sale. And
It's been that way forever.
right. And now they've got houses. He has houses on the books that people have not made a payment in 30 months. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
But the banks have told him, Drayton, that they're saying, hey, you have to understand that this is going to end. This is, are you ready for the postings? Are you ready for what's coming? And what's coming is going to be massive foreclosures.
And this is the question I want all of your subscribers to understand. Ask yourself this question. Last year we saw real estate at all-time highs. All-time highs in our history. What's going to bring that back, Dan? What's going to bring back all-time highs again? Are we going to get the interest rates that we saw before? We already know we're not going to get that.
Right.
So where is the money going to come from?
Who knows? It's not.
So you mean to tell me all of a sudden after corporations not paying people fair wages over the last 4 decades, it's going to start happening?
Right. And laying people off, the massive layoffs that we've seen in every sector. Tell me an industry that's been spared right now. Because, unless you're a bankruptcy lawyer, you work there. I mean, everything else is having a major hit right now. So
100% correct. So I see big problems in Florida, especially Jacksonville's going to get hit first, I feel. Jacksonville, I just looked the other day, thousands of homes for sale, thousands of homes for rent.
You showed that map. That was unbelievable. You showed all those houses for sale.
Sea of red.
Sea of red. And then you said, let me show you the rentals. And the rentals was a purple festival of rentals.
Yes.
So
yeah. But what about we're not even talking about Houston.
Yeah,
Dallas.
I was going to talk about that in Austin because I had a realtor write me from Austin, Texas. Says, Dan, she goes, you walk through these Orange County houses and I see 12-foot backyards that they start doing in Austin. I'm like, why? We have all that space in Texas and they're building these small backyards.
I don't do 12-foot backyards, do I, Dan?
No, you don't. And by the way, this flip that he did that we're in right now, guys, I'm just going to turn this thing. I'll do a full tour of this house, but this is absolutely amazing. And this goes live in the MLS on Friday. But that's the other thing is that the thing I love about Drayton is he's not, as a real estate professional, as a broker, as a person that's a pro in this industry, you're not a fan of real estate agents by any means.
Well, I'm a fan of 1%. The other 99%, if they fell off the earth tomorrow, no one would know.
Okay.
It wouldn't matter.
As far as paying an agent to list your property, do you think that that's an absolute waste of money?
It's a complete waste of money. You're literally paying someone 3% of your home's value to list it. And by the way, listing it takes about 35 minutes.
Okay.
So
and you can do it for how much?
$188. But and this is the part I absolutely love. Absolutely love. I'm looking out for what's best for my client. Are you really? You're looking out for what's best for your client? Do you happen to mention that they could do it themselves for $188?
Yeah, no.
Just asking. I mean, when I was a stockbroker, and I was offering my clients their best investments, I gave them all their options. Mm-hmm. I didn't say, this is your only option. I gave them multitude of options because I was looking out for what was best for my client. Don't tell me real estate agents do that. They don't.
Being here in Las Vegas, one thing, within miles of here, there are thousands of agents that have quit. That have given up right now. This is happening around the country, that one of the largest professions for people to step down right now is in the real estate industry. You're seeing more lenders close also because there are zero refinances going on right now because people don't, they just don't want to go to a higher interest rate.
Dan, let me just, this is how crazy it is. All right. Now, again, I want your subscribers to think about this. Okay. When you sign a listing agreement, you're signing over 6% of your home's value, okay? 99% of you will not loan a family member $100. 99% of you will say, well, if you get a phone call this evening with one of family members saying, hey, can you just give me $100? You'll come up with 3 excuses why you can't. But you have a real estate agent, a person you've never met, you don't know, you don't know their background, you know nothing. And they put this listing agreement in front of you, and you sign it.
Crazy. Yeah.
I mean, if you can make sense of that, I'd love to hear what they say. Somebody needs to teach
trust
me.
This is going to get some attention right now. So, as a real estate wholesaler, you explained it to me in great detail. And I'm just going to paraphrase this, and that is you constantly search for properties and you have a LVP program, which is location, and you look at locations that are good, where there's not high crime, high problems. You look at everything because we talked about one thing I tell people when they want to move to a community, live there. Go there, see what it's like at night, see what it's like in the weekend, see what it's like when there's inclement weather, when there's a party, when there's a holiday.
LVP,
everything.
location, volume, price.
And the volume of things that sell. Not, hey, let's just get the cheapest house we can. No, you want something that's desirable.
I want a zip code that has a ton of action going on. Buying and selling, because that's where I want to be. And then price. I want to make sure that I'm getting houses at the right price that my investors come. Well, what's the point of me going into a neighborhood with houses that are $1.5 million?
Right.
I have very few flippers that can handle $1.5 million house. I have to be in the $300,000-$400,000 range. So it's location, it's volume, and it's price.
That's
LVP.
Great. LVP, and that's brilliant. And the thing about this is that you have. And he explained this all in great detail. His experience to find the properties, and he's got, construction crews that do everything. This is not farmed out and, gee, I hope I can find a tile guy. He's got everything. Electricians, he's got it all, and it's all done. And this place is absolutely stellar. And I'll walk you guys through that in a minute. But the other thing that you do is that I'm a connective marketer, and one thing that I always believe in is the relationships with people. And I do more things for free for people, especially when I was broke, when I was having my conference company. As I was building the conference company, I did a lot of things for free, and it brought people back.
Absolutely.
But as you have what you call Drayton's VIPs, where you will give people gift cards and things like that for being basically spotters.
I have
for
12
property.
VIPs that I give a $50 gift card to every month, and those VIPs are VIPs because they are people in the everybody's got someone in the neighborhood that seems to know everything going on. Well, I've identified those people. I know who they are, and I reward them because they let me know everything that's going on in the neighborhood.
If
someone's going through divorce, if a house all of a sudden becomes vacant, if there's a fire, anything that goes on in the neighborhood, I have 12 VIPs throughout the zip codes that I follow that call me on a regular basis and let me know what's going on in the neighborhood. That's why I call it neighborhood wholesaling.
That is amazing. And the other thing, okay, now think about this. That's constant. He gets all this information from all these different people at different times. And one thing that, I've seen your TikToks where people will say, you don't understand, people have golden handcuffs. They can't sell a house with a 2.5% to 3% mortgage. And you talked about things that happen. Divorce happens, job changes, people get ill. Things happen.
We've been around a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been around, and people's lives go on. Things happen. What do they say? 50% of divorces,
marriages and divorce. Yes,
50%. And then there's, you and I just personally, we've both experienced a recent death in the family.
Yes, absolutely.
So things happen, Dan. And this is no different. Things happen, and I can't tell you how many people just in the last few months have said, "Hey, look, Drayton, can you help me? I got to move. I got a great mortgage last year, but I got this happened, that happened." And let me tell you something, folks. I get the calls every day from people that are having to now move across the country, or a relative is sick, a parent has passed away, a divorce. I just had one that he says, "Drayton, do I stay where I'm at or do I move for an extra $60,000 a year?" I go, "Go get that $60,000 a year. What are you talking about?"
Exactly. So, I'm going to recommend that everybody look at, I'll leave all of his links below. He wrote an ebook, which is fantastic. He also wrote, about buying real estate. He also wrote one about the renting one. What's that called?
Right. It's called Save Big Money Renting.
Okay. And, a lot of people got to get into the house. I got to go. I got to get into a house right now. Okay. You're going to buy a depreciating asset. We talked about this. I think that people are buying still. We've seen this real estate downturn is only a year into it right now.
That's only a year. 1 year, 12 months. And it's probably going to last for 2 to 3 years. So we're in the first or second inning of a 9-inning game.
Exactly. I didn't even mention the baseball to him, and he knows I love baseball. So, well, I want to thank you, and I'm going to show the property, and this is great. I'll leave the link and the address so people can keep an eye on this place too. So, but just what he did here is absolutely amazing, because he took a very rundown piece of property. They came in and now this is what's stellar. They did the construction work, and we are in here on the 61st day. So this took 61 days to make this place look this way. And he stages it so they have it, so it's decorated for the community, and this thing will sell. So
we're excited.
No,
we're
it's
excited.
Excellent. It's absolutely amazing. So, but again, check out his TikToks, and he's going to be back on YouTube soon. I'll make sure I leave that link. But he's
thanks to you, Dan, for having me.
No.
I
Again, I always said, we couldn't, with everything that was going on in our personal lives the last few months, we couldn't get together. So this was stellar, but this was the perfect timing, because to see this property in this condition is absolutely amazing. So, honor to meet you, and I'm thrilled you're here, and thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, here's the house in Walter Street. He really does an amazing job with the entire remodel, the staging of the house. They make it look like a family is living here. The attention to detail is amazing, shows everything, decorates all the rooms from top to bottom, shows everything. So absolutely amazing that he goes to this extreme. Living room, everything. Just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Look at the kitchen detail to it. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's really nice. And one thing that he's really known for is the backyard. He's known for making sure that the backyard is completely finished so that basically you can bring your, your clothes and move in right away. It's absolutely amazing. And that's what he's known for. Now, it was an absolute pleasure to meet Drayton. He, walks the walk. He is a true real estate wholesaler. And, he bought that place at such a reduced price. And his methods are insane. He wrote an ebook too, which is fantastic. If you're interested in it, I'll make sure the link is below. And, but this leads to a few other real estate stories. First thing, Howard Marks of Oak Tree Capital, he says, get ready for the problem that we're going to have with commercial real estate. You're going to see so many foreclosures and so many defaults coming up soon. It's just a matter of time until this is going to destroy real estate. And he says it's going to be so bad, you're going to see this on the news. Well, remember, we haven't seen defaults in the news yet. We haven't seen people talking about this. But when you see office buildings closed because they can't pay the light bill, there's going to be a problem. They're just not going to keep the power on to places that are not paying their bills. It's time to pay up, to say the least. California has a program which is insane because buying real estate at the top of the market is not smart by any means. Everybody knows that. Their California Dream for All, which was the free down payment program, it's out of money. It's out of money after 12 days. It ran out of money. So, I'm telling you, it's one thing to be Drayton. It's one thing to look, get a good deal, then you move on it. That's one thing. But just to sit there and say, I have to have a house, is lunacy right now. It's absolutely upside down and a horrible way to think about that. And how about this one this morning? Mortgage demand for last month officially dropped off another 10%. The average 30-year mortgage right now is 6.43%. And Elon Musk was just on, yesterday with Tucker talking about how, wait a second, you're going to see the fact that people cannot afford these houses, cannot afford the interest rates this high. Well, do you lower interest rates? No, inflation will go through the roof. Then he said inflation is going to go through the roof anyways. But the point is that mortgage demand is off. This is going to be a problem for people not being able to pay their bills, and they're going to have to, accept this, that trouble is coming right now. Hank Paulson, used to work in the Bush administration, and he was talking about how we're going to see a very serious recession right now that people need to pay attention to, because this is going to be worse than 2008. And he said, we haven't had a recession since 2007, and this is going to be much worse. Okay, finally. If you do not think we are in an economic downturn right now, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Okay? I really, really don't. One thing I want to talk about, when I opened this video, how I kind of rushed it, people were waiting in line to get their pictures with the flamingo, and they were so angry. Oh, it's like guy's going to shoot a YouTube video. I know what he's going to do. He's going to take an hour doing this. Okay? So that was that. Another cool thing is, we talked about FTX lately. Think about this. There was one celebrity that refused the FTX money. And this is amazing. When you hear this, Mr. Wonderful, all these people that talked about these huge deals that they got, Steph Curry, Giselle, a lot of them were stupid enough to leave their money in the exchange. There was a celebrity that was offered $100 million for this, and it wasn't her people. People were like, hey, do this deal. Taylor Swift was offered $100 million to do the FTX sponsorship deal, which is insane. Generational life money, absolutely out of control. She said, I have a problem with unregulated securities. Can you tell me how this is not a problem and why this is not going to be an issue later on? Can you sing for us? No, I don't want to sing for you guys. Okay? No, not at all. So she turned them down. Taylor Swift is the one that turned down FTX. Is that crazy? Great story below on that. So, you know, share your thoughts on this stuff. I love walking through the sanctuary. It's just a beautiful, beautiful spot. But, you know, let me know what you think about this. But of all the celebrities, Taylor Swift's the one that said no to that. Okay? Who knew? She could have bought another plane. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I wanted to finish this video with the flamingos. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to join the email list. I'll keep you guys updated on Drayton's house and see how that sells. But they've got an open house planned for the end of the week. It's going to be crazy to see the turnout on that. But great guy, great resource, and really just an expert on real estate that's going to be a real asset to us on Team iAllegedly. Okay? So I will see you guys very soon.